Hi there, everybody, and welcome to our ballot ready session with the Missouri Democratic Party. We have some wonderful special guests out here for you, but while you are watching, if you could, we want to get the word out to as many people as possible so they know what's on their ballot, where they can vote, how they can vote, everything else. The election is on Tuesday. It's on Tuesday, so we got to get the word out as soon as possible to as many folks as possible, and by watching right now, you can help do that. So if you could, wherever you're watching from, please go ahead and share the video. If you're on Facebook, you can just hit the share button. If you're watching on YouTube, on the website, on Twitter, wherever else it is, retweet it. Share the link with other folks. This video will also be up later, so you can also share the video with folks who might not be able to watch live right now. That's okay. They're going to miss out a little bit, but they won't miss out on the whole thing. We've got some wonderful folks here to help you get ready to vote in this election, and very excited to have them on. As you're watching, if you do have any questions, any comments, you can go ahead and type those right in. There's also going to be a phone number on the screen every once in a while for you to actually submit your questions to it. Don't call that number. I'm not picking up in the middle of the show, but you can go ahead and text your questions to that number, and we'll be able to get those questions answered as well. So very excited to be doing all of this, and obviously very excited for a very important election and getting this information out there. So we're going to start with our first fantastic guest. Some of you who watch me do these lives every once in a while may have seen her not too long ago, but she is running for Missouri State Treasurer. So let me make sure we've still got her. Vicki Englund. Vicki, are you there?
I am here. Here I am. 5
Great.
days.
Oh my
God.
God. Well,
Actually,
welcome. Yeah, 5 days, Vicki. This is
over.
almost there. Yeah. And so this is very grateful that you could make some time to help folks vote and make sure they know what's going on and what's happening right now. So we do have a platform that's available through the Missouri Democratic Party to help folks kind of get all of that information in one place. And it's available at showmevotes.org, which is a website that you'll see at the bottom of your screen just about this whole time that you're with us. So it's pretty convenient there. But I guess we should start sharing. We should show it off a little bit, huh?
Let's do it. All of us work so hard as candidates to get to where we are now with just 4 actual days left because today's almost over.
Right.
But I know the rest of the country is also anxious for this day to come. So let's get started.
Yeah, let's do it. You know what? That's good. I'm pumped up now already. All right, so we've got this screen up. So if you go to showmevotes.org, you will be directed to this page where you can type in, your address, your zip code, all that information, and it will take you right off the bat. Actually, if you just type in here, will take you to your polling place and everything else. We also want to show off. There's this button right here, the one that says "What's on my ballot," and that's one that I have a feeling that some of the candidates that we have on the show are very interested in. I could be wrong. I don't know, Vicki. What are you thinking?
Well, we always look at maps. I mean, for statewide offices, clearly we know the boundaries, right? But for a lot of state rep candidates and county council and local folks, trying to describe how their district is drawn, it's over at this street, but not that street, and only halfway down that block. It gets really confusing. So that's why this tool is so important because, you may be revved up and ready to vote for your best Democrat friend that you have, and then you might get to the poll and realize, oh, shoot, they're not on my ballot. And you need to make sure that ballot's correct also.
Right, exactly right. Yeah, and do definitely make sure to take a look at that. Make sure everything is accurate because you want to vote for the right things. And so this is a good tool to check out beforehand before you go. One, so that you can research the issues too if you don't know about them or if you don't know about the candidates. And so we've got some wonderful ones on the show, but there's a few others out there who are running for some offices. So if we click on that button, it says, "What's on my ballot?" Right? And you'll get to a page like this. And it'll ask you for some of your information so you can get to the voter guide. All right, so we're gonna fill this sucker out.
And keep in mind too that you can create this as a printed document to give to your grandmother or your dad or your cousin who may not have any idea, may have not voted before, and so just giving them that reassurance. I mean, people just want to make the right decision, right? And so printing this off ahead of time for them is probably the most important thing you can do to get more people to the polls.
Yes, absolutely. Share this as much as possible. You might have some family members. It's a good conversation starter too. So, if you've got some family members who might not be super interested in voting or might not know what's going on or might not really think about it until Election Day. I know folks, I know many folks, I've been talking to them throughout Missouri who are very interested in getting information about this election in particular. One, because of the draw of the election, but two, in Missouri specifically, it's been pretty confusing, just the rules and all the changes and everything else that's been made. So, I think you'll find a lot of folks are very willing to talk about it. Okay, so we're going to type in an address here, Vicki, and despite I'm moving. I'm going to be moving all over the state today because we've got wonderful folks from all over, and we've asked. I don't want to put any home addresses in there because mine's kind of out there at some point if folks are looking hard enough. But I got a lot of dogs, but not everybody needs that to happen. So I have asked our wonderful candidates to pick some addresses, and I guess it could be a home too, but whatever addresses you're thinking. So you have chosen one, and it has some deep meaning to you. Could you tell us why I'm about to type in 11617 Gravois?
Well, so this is a fun fact about Vicki Englund that you may or may not know. So my very first job, I believe I was 14, I had to have been 14, was at the Church's Fried Chicken at the intersection of Sappington and Gravois, for those of you who know South St. Louis County. And it wasn't even so much that I was frying chicken inside because I started in the beginning of the summer and my birthday isn't until July 29th. So the job I had was being the mascot. I wore the chicken costume and actually walked this street in the middle of the street in 100-degree weather until I turned 15. And then I graduated to be able to fry the chicken, which is actually the low man on the totem pole job.
So really, before you were frying the chicken, you were frying yourself as the chicken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it led me to go on to bigger and better birds. I then became the mascot for Lindbergh High School. I was Lynn Bird, and I actually got a $1,000 scholarship for it.
Did you really?
Hey, I did. I did.
We'll have to have you on for the special scholarship show after this.
Of what not to do, or
hey, it worked out. You get your money, So that's great. No, that's fantastic. So everybody, that's the address we're using here today. All right, so you can also check this button here to get reminders about voting and all this other information. So
and by the way, it's not a Church Fried Chicken anymore. So don't go to that
what
address.
is it? That's right. What is it now?
It's an Abbey glass shop. They sell glass,
okay,
like windshields. I think I've not been in over 30 years.
Okay, that's fair. But you're running for state treasurer, and obviously a state treasurer is very involved in small businesses and promoting businesses in Missouri. So there you go, Abbey Glass, located at this address that we're about to find out how Abbey Glass can vote. So let's find out. So if I move into Abbey Glass, this is the ballot that I will find. I'm very excited. Oh, okay. So Joe Biden is running for president where Abbey Glass. That's okay. That's good to know. All right. So you'll see the Democratic slate here. And what's really nice is you actually have like these little links to their Facebook, Twitter pages, their websites, everything else, which is very good. So we've got some good friends here. Good group of... there she is. I know her. Hey, Vicki, how are you voting in the Missouri State Treasurer race this year?
Well, I've already voted. I actually voted over a month ago. And, I just voted for the women, all the women on the ballot. It was good.
Yeah. Well, there's quite a few. That's pretty good. That was an easy ballot for you. So, all right. Well, wait. That's a very good point, Vicki. So you have already voted in this election.
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, you know what?
September 24th. I think it was either 24th or 25th is when I voted.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty early in the process here. So wait, let's hold up. It's always important when we're voting to make a plan to vote, right?
Yeah.
So let's fill this out with you. Hold up. And before I do, by the way, Andrew has a comment here, and I'll get it on the screen if I can. He was a mascot too. He was the peanut. So,
yay!
So, not the only mascot out here represented today. We got a Kamala profile pic too. So, all right, Let's get the PowerPoint up here. Yes, we are using PowerPoint today, and I am so excited to be doing it. All right.
Wow.
Yes, so we're going to make one for you. All right, so you've got a plan to vote, right? And everybody, you'll be able to get this photo. The Missouri Democratic Party made this great infographic. It's not a photo, but we've got some photos on the page. But you can actually use it, another great conversation starter to help folks figure out if they voted already. They can share that. If they haven't, that's great. So in your situation, the first question is, have you already voted? You have voted.
Yes, sir, I did.
So take this little yellow circle thing. We're going to drag it right on to yes. That's exciting. Okay, so how did you vote?
I voted technically absentee in person.
Absentee in person. All right. Okay, so we got that circled. All right, so what are you most excited to vote for? So I guess what were you most excited to vote for? Are we going to count ourselves? Everybody's a candidate here. No, don't count yourself. Something besides you. I'm going to be excited for that, but...
I was actually most excited to vote for Kamala Harris. I mean, she's going to be our first female vice president. She's amazing. And when I take a couple seconds every day to try to stop thinking about my race and think about everything else that's going on,
right.
There are other races going on too, right? I'm just so excited that she's going to be leading our country. It's just, it gives me goosebumps.
Yeah. Well, great. Okay. And so, okay, well, then this is going to jump right in. How do you feel? Or how did you did you feel when you were voting? And
I was
by the
on
way,
my couch and filling
just so
it
you
out.
know, as you describe it, at the end of this description, we have to pick one of these wonderful pieces of clip art to insert into the infographic. Yes. So just think about that while you're describing.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I felt like... hopeful, and I think the flower would probably represent it, because when you start thinking about all of the things that we have been through as a country for the last 7 or 8 months, I mean, I know electing Joe Biden is not going to stop COVID-19, but it will be a step in the right direction to getting this thing under control. And that is what keeps me up late at night, is how do we attack this? How do we make sure that all Missourians get the information they need so that we can stop it, because it's just exploding all around us. And that's what I really worry about.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot of serious issues on the ballot, but hope is a good thing to have. So the flower is good. All right. So your plans for watching the results come in. It's a weird year. Are you even doing a party? What are we doing? Are we just going to get online and kind of watch until the thing happens? I don't know. What's your plan?
So I work with a excellent firm called Mo Political Consulting, right? And so Rosetta and her team are working a lot of different races. They're working for Paula Brown and state rep seat, for Trish Gumby. They're helping out Lindsay Simmons and Tashara Jones, who is up for re-election in the city of St. Louis. So we're going to have a big Zoom for all of us. And then if other people want to join, we'll be welcome to do that. We'll also have press breakout rooms. So when the press wants to call and interview whomever they want, we'll be able to break out and have those rooms. So I will be in my basement, safe and sound. And I will actually have just gotten back. I'm driving across Missouri from east to west through southern Missouri on Monday, hitting early voting or absentee voting locations. Then we're doing a press conference, the 5 statewide in Kansas City at 5:30. Then I will be staying overnight in the Kansas City area and then driving west to east through northern Missouri. And so my goal is to be back in my basement probably by like 8 o'clock or so, where I will collapse and watch the results.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's state. It's a big state, and it's a lot of traveling to do. So, all right. So wait, I didn't even look. Well, I guess if you're collapsing, we're going to put the sleepy cat.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah, sleepy cat. Great. All right. Good. We've completed your plan to vote. You'll get to tag 5 people once I send this to you, so you have this wonderful graphic to tag 5 people into. And maybe they'll make their graphic too. Maybe they'll get on PowerPoint one day and select the first things that pop up when you pick clip art. Clip art has gotten really nice since I have
Love it.
last seen it. Yeah, it's pretty great. Well, Vicky, I want to give you the ballot. What's on the ballot's very important, but we're very lucky tonight to have wonderful candidates on with us too, and we've got some folks who are watching and everything else. So I want to give you a chance, one, to really talk about the race that you're in, but two, I think you've talked about a bit already, but why should folks come out on Tuesday, take the time to do it, and vote in this election?
Well, as politicians running for office, we always tell you, hey, this election is the most important election you'll ever have. And we say that because we're running for office, right? And it's important to us. But this is really, truly the first time that we don't have to do a whole lot of convincing. There are so many things going on in our country, and especially in our state, where you have one party who has almost every statewide office, super majorities in the House and in the Senate, and have completely failed in quote unquote leading our state through this crisis. So when you're looking at this, you need to really take a look and see, what have the Republicans done for you lately? And you can ask the "are you better off than you were 4 years ago" question, because ultimately that's what a lot of people look at. They want to see, how have things gone? And our country has been challenged with lots of challenges in the past. We've had to get through a lot of things together. Things like 9/11, things like war, things like civil justice reform. And we are reliving a lot of those issues right now in one form or another. And so we just need leaders who are going to be able to adapt, lead, and care about keeping everyone in our state safe. And that's why it's so important. State treasurer is in charge of the money. So when we get CARES Act funding, we need to make sure it goes where it's supposed to. And that's my role, I see, as getting small businesses back on track. So that's my focus. And if you find that to be important, I would appreciate your vote, but go all the way down the ballot. We've got a lot of folks. When I used to be lower on the ballot as a state rep candidate, I was always worried people wouldn't go all the way down the ballot. Yeah. So I'm urging you to vote Team Blue all the way through.
Yeah. It's an important election. And just talking about the CARES Act, I do a lot of work with that just about every day with folks who are facing evictions and everything else. It would be nice to see some very good intentions behind where that funding is going and making sure that folks are getting on their feet. So very important issue for folks who may not know too much about it, but that's an extremely important one. The treasurer is playing a very big role in that right now. So. Well, Vicky, it's always a pleasure. You're very welcome to stick around. I'm sure there are folks. We've got some comments in there already about Election Day, and oh goodness, yeah, they've got plans to vote. This is good. So this was a good conversation. You got some people thinking. This is great. Well, thanks, Vicky. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Alad, for all you do. You're just so great, and everybody that I talk to thinks you're so great. And you've got the Alad pod, right? So, that was meant to be, for sure.
Yeah, right? It worked out. So. All right. Well, we're going to go on to our next candidate, and we have Ashley. Let's make sure we've got her here before I lie to everybody. Ashley, you there?
I'm here.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Well, great. Me? Yes, okay. We can. Yeah. It's there's a little delay. It's the internet. What are you going to do? It's COVID times. It's unfortunately... Right. In Missouri, we talking about investing in some infrastructure and broadband and everything else. We have not done a great job of that, and I can tell you firsthand, running a show online, it is a struggle sometimes. But no, you're doing pretty good given the circumstances, I think. So, yeah. Ashley, do you want to introduce yourself to everybody? This is our first time meeting. Actually, I'm very excited about this.
I know, me too. I'm so excited to be a part of this today. My name is Ashley Hendricks. I live in Maryville, Missouri, and I am running for Maryville City Council. It's actually a really new process for me. I was just talking with Alad that I haven't ran for anything since my sorority, when I ran for secretary, oh my gosh, like 10 years ago. So it's been a while since I've campaigned and done all of that, but I am super excited, and I just am energized just seeing all these women and diverse people running. I feel like, why not?
Yeah,
I can throw my in the hat and really work for it. So Yeah,
That's really
super
great.
pumped.
That's really great. Yeah, I've gotten to visit Maryville a few times, and Jess Piper, who I'm sure you know up there. Yeah, we
Yeah,
on Twitter very often, but I mean, there's a lot of things going
absolutely.
on. I guess for because I know I try to talk to a lot of young folks, and I know there's a lot of young folks who watch some of the stuff that I get to put on, and a lot of people in Missouri who are looking for passionate folks who want to get involved in government. They want to see like, oh, like why did that person do that, or how did they get to that point where they decided to jump in? Because they're thinking about it in the back of their mind, like, oh, maybe that could be me. And then they see somebody who's doing it, and haven't run for something before, and this is your first time, which is really exciting. A crazy year to do it, but very exciting to do it. So could you tell us a little bit about why you're running and what your plans are?
Well, sure. I am running because I love my city. I work for the university. I am super passionate about Northwest Missouri State University. I'm a big time Bearcat, and I love our city and the way that it's growing. And it's wonderful, unique places to shop in Maryville. I think it is just a destination. We market ourselves at Northwest as the middle of everywhere because we are. We're 2.5 hours from Kansas City, Des Moines, and Omaha. So I just think having that big, bright dream for our city to grow and prosper is just one I want to see, and have us be a destination, a place to come and spend the day and enjoy your time, because Maryville's awesome. It should be shared with the whole state.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and I'm really excited to see. I mean, I'm really excited someone is here who's really excited about it. So that's great. Yeah, if you haven't visited
Yeah.
Maryville, go visit Maryville. So,
Oh, sure.
please,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Lots of unique boutiques and good places to
yeah.
eat, and a good college town.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, some of the nicest drive. I mean, I drove a lot in Missouri, and some of my favorite driving was really in like really a lot of the northern part of the state, and especially the northwest. I mean, there's a whole. It's just really pretty. I mean, you're driving
Hmm.
through, and you just look around, and you're off 70, right? And you're looking, and it's just. I don't know. It's really nice. I
Yeah.
got a Chillicothe mug actually. I got it from some ladies up there who were very nice, and it's been
Awesome.
on the show
Yeah.
ever since. So yes, big fan. Okay, well, let's find out what is on your ballot.
Yes.
Let's do this thing.
Take it away.
All right, let's go. So we're back to this page. And guess what, folks?
Hmm.
It's at showmevotes.org, that website that's been on this whole
Woohoo.
time. Yes, so go to showmevotes.org, and then you'll be able to get to this page that we've gone to. Again, if you type here in the top, and maybe we should do that at some point too, because it's going to open a new. You know what? What the heck? I'm going to do that. So if you type it up here in the top, there's this like, oh, for example, 100 Main Street, whatever. I mean, I guess if you live on 100 Main Street, then it's done it for you. But if you don't, in this case, let's use the address that you gave me. So again, Vicky picked her old chicken employer. Who did you pick? Who did you bring to us today?
Well, I chose my favorite, Northwest Missouri State University, which I am an alumna of. So um, that's it's just a place that I love very much. I live very close to there. Football season is the best. Basketball season is ramping up to start, and we are actually going to get to play, and I'm so excited. So yeah, that's why I shared that with you,
That's great.
to have
Okay.
Northwest.
So
Mhm.
800 University Drive. All right. So we hit enter here. You can hit the search button. This is going to take you to I Will Vote. So it's it's a different website, but it's right there at the top, just in case you're looking at it, and it will get you your polling place and everything else in case you don't know it. So that's very helpful.
Mhm.
So I'm going to click out this window. All right. Now we're going to go and see what is on your ballot. So that's this button right here.
Right.
Okay. Click on this sucker. It's going to take you to a new page as well. So just so you know, that old page, for those of you who use tabs or might not know what the heck is happening on your browser, I know tabs can be confusing if you don't know what they are, but they're very helpful. And usually I have like 30 or 40 open at a time, which is less helpful, but you can go back
Same.
to where you came from. So that's why I was moving that way earlier, just in case. All right, here we go. I'm moving to Maryville. And in fact, I don't know if this is legal or not,
Perfect.
but apparently I am moving to the university itself. And
We'll make a
giving them
space for you.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sure you've got a lovely library or something there, right?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, hold up.
Great,
Okay, so
president
while I
call
type
for you.
in this box, yes, it's helping me do it. Now it's giving me a whole bunch. So University City is one. I'm actually closer to there right now. And it hasn't popped up here, so that's okay. Don't panic. So let's see. There. Okay, good. I found Maryville. Now look, Maryville, we all know on this call, Maryville should have been the first one to pop up. That was their problem.
Right.
Yeah, they really blew that. Whoever set
Come
this
on,
thing up.
Google.
Come on, Google. All right, so we're getting started. I clicked the checkbox for the reminders because, now I can get reminded twice. I'm just a joke. You just sign up one time, you're fine. All right, and so here's on. Look, you've got Joe Biden on your ballot too.
Hey, awesome.
Yeah.
So that looks accurate, right?
This is great. All right,
And
so
I'm most excited about Nicole Galloway for sure.
are you? Okay, so there's Nicole right there.
Yeah, she's come to visit us twice up here in the Great North, and she's just a wonderful person, man. I think she's just going to do amazing things for Missouri. She's a champion for healthcare and for funding education, so I love that. Woohoo!
Yeah.
So
That's wait. Oh no, you have jumped ahead. All right, wait, hold up. No, we were supposed to talk about what we're so excited for. All right. Oh, here we go. Okay, all right. So we are back. You've got a clean slate here, all right? So no pressure.
Okay.
It's a clean slate, though. All right. So
Perfect.
have you already voted?
I have. Yeah.
You have. Okay. All right, so that's easy. Now we're moving this.
Which I'm glad I did because my daughter is currently in quarantine.
Oh no. Really?
Yeah, she's she's got 7 more days. She's in preschool. She's 3. I know, darn it. So we're just counting the days. We're working on counting, and we're
Oh, that's
waiting
good.
to go back to preschool.
That's good. We're working on counting using quarantine, things you didn't think you were going to say before this year.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, and for folks, so I am somebody, for example, I have not voted yet. I am going to vote on election day. That's my thing. I mean, I could make one. I'm not going to make one of these in the show. We've got plenty of wonderful people who are going to do it. I have not voted. And so there is a chance, and I talk to election clerks all over the state all the time. There is a chance that something might happen, unfortunately, where I have to go into quarantine, or perhaps I test positive for COVID-19. Call your local election authority. And if you do test positive, or if you are in quarantine, whatever it might be, they will actually send out a team to you to go help you vote. So they will actually do the ballot with you. Unfortunately, we're seeing a lot more of those cases now than we did during the primary. But I know that's a question. There's a lot of questions about, oh my goodness, like what's going to happen if that happens to me because I can't mail in a ballot anymore. That's done. I wanted to go on election day. So just keep that in mind that if that does happen, call your local election authority. Folks are working around the clock to make sure that we all can vote, which is great. And they all deserve, everybody should bake them cookies when this is done because goodness gracious, they're working hard. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so how did you vote?
I did absentee by mail.
Absentee by mail?
And I did it, a month ago, I think.
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, good. Yeah, if you still have your absentee ballot now, do not mail it in. Do not. You're done. We are done with the mail-in process. Call your local election authority again. Let them know, hey, I've got this ballot. Depending on what county you're in, you might have to bring that to your local election authority. You might be able to bring that to your polling place. But just give them a call. They'll tell you what to do, and that way you'll be able to vote. Okay. All right, what were you most excited to vote for? So I guess Nicole Galloway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Female governor? Woohoo.
Yeah.
Love
right,
that.
Good. All right, how did you remember now, this is going to turn into clip art. How did you feel about voting?
Well, I felt, I think at the time I was doing it at the dinner table. So you can throw that burger and fries on there. I felt hungry for change.
That's great.
And so
I was not expecting the
did.
burger and fries to come out on this side. I was really thinking that someone was going to be like, I'm going to be really hungry because I'm walking all these doors. But you know what? You felt that's great. That's wonderful.
Exactly. Hungry for change.
Hungry for change. Love it. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Okay. I should have put a text box right here, too. I'm about to. You can edit this however you want. I'll send it to you. You can put it on your wall, put it somewhere. I don't know, whatever. All right.
That's right.
The results are going to be coming in. We're going to get at least some results on Tuesday. They might not be, I mean, they're never the final official ones, and there might be some counting that might take a little bit of time. We'll find out. I mean, it's a new time for all of us. Everybody's working. What are your plans for watching the results on Tuesday?
Well, it will be watching with my husband and my daughter at home and texting back and forth with my grandparents because they are super politically active and it is awesome.
Okay.
As well as my mom. Longtime Democrats for all of them. So thank you for that. They're super awesome.
Good job, parents.
So right?
Yeah.
So I think my picture for that would be, let's go with the baseball because
it's exactly
no matter
what
what
thinking,
happens,
by the way.
right? Yes. Yeah. No matter what happens, we got to play ball, right? We got to play with ball with whoever gets elected and make it work, right? We have to work together. So we're all on a team. Sometimes your team wins, sometimes your team loses. I hope our team is winning, but that's what it is.
Right.
Baseball works well. Good analogy there.
It is good, you know, and clip art, the clip art gods must have known that before we started. That's good. Yeah, I was thinking more of like the family pastime kind of thing, but no, this is really good. I mean, at the end of the day, this is our state, it's our country, and we really got to figure out a way to make this thing work because that is of the utmost importance right now. So this is a good plan to vote because you already voted.
Thank you. Exactly.
That's
it's
great.
in there.
All right, Ashley, I want to give you a chance. And you know, I love local elections. I love local elections. I think they are so important. I think that what we see happening, and I wish, and I try this. I think that's really why I do so many of these things. It's because I want people to see how our government works and how it's important and how we can get more involved in it. And especially when we talk about local government, that is really has such an impact in all of our lives, and we don't pay enough attention to it. We pay attention to everything that's on TV, you know, the big noise and everything else, but like that day-to-day stuff that's happening in our own communities, oftentimes we kind of ignore. We don't really get involved in as much. So I'm really excited that you're here. I'm very excited that you're running. I wish we could have hung out more during the election. I didn't know if we were just meeting now, but this is great. So I want to give you a chance, you know, tell folks, you know, really why you think that this moment in particular is one. I mean, I thought the analogy was just great. That we're playing on this team, and really we should consider this a team. But, you know, I guess what words of wisdom do you have for folks out there based on the experiences that you've had about how we can do that better in our state and as a community?
Yeah. I think we have to listen to each other, right? And we have to respect our differences. And I think at the local level, I mean, you see that all the time because we have to have real solutions for real life situations. And so I just think at the local level, I encourage anyone, if you feel motive time, you know, there's no better time than now to get involved because, you know, if you feel like you have something to bring to the table, you do. And so I want to encourage all of our friends to jump on and get involved in their local politics and check things out and ask questions and attend meetings. And that's the best way to be a part. Join boards, you know, that's kind of how I got my start. I've served on 3 boards for 5 years and said, well, I like this leadership thing. I think I could probably do politics. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Oh, that's really wonderful. And, you know, I think it's really important to, I mean, one, we're making plans and talking about how to do that. And that's what these graphics and everything and the fun stuff is for. But really, you know, and just mentioning like involvement in different ways and thinking about that. And I'm so happy you brought up boards because there are so many, and there's so many in our state that often don't go filled. And it's a great way to get involved. It's a great, oftentimes, you know, some of them don't work as well, but they're usually places where you have Republicans and Democrats, oftentimes by law, that have to figure out a way to work together. And, you know, when you see folks within that community working on specific local issues, you know, we see a lot of things that we really do agree on, a lot of cooperation that comes out of that. So, you know, it's really wonderful to see someone who's had that experience and then said, oh, you know, I really want to stay involved and be more involved, and that's great. Can folks, I mean, right now with your campaign, do you have folks who are, I mean, obviously you've got your family that's supporting and everything else, but what would you like folks to do? Can folks do anything for you?
Oh, I guess just share the election for City Council in Maryville is in April, so just
Okay.
make sure you turn out and vote for the smaller elections. The national presidential election is not the only election that matters, but smaller local things impact your life more.
Yeah, yeah. So once this election is over, everybody should come and start working for you and make sure that you get elected. So we'll have
Well,
you.
thank you.
Great. So we'll send them over. We'll have you. I'll have to have you on my show later on too, so we can, as we get closer, and talk about that too. I think that would be great. So, well, cool. You're very welcome to stick around if you got some time. But oh wait, we've got some great comments here. Hold up. Oh, this is nice. Tracy says good luck.
Oh, thank you.
And we've also got Shelly, who's got a long comment here. Shelly, I'd put you on, but you're going to take up my whole screen. I can't do that. Shelly voted absentee from the car in Johnson County.
Wow.
Wonderful. Yeah, Raymond,
job,
who I know
Shelly.
is running out in Johnson County. Raymond's doing a great job. If anybody in Johnson County has seen a Jeep that just has like every flag sticking out of it and vote absentee or vote whatever it is, voter registration, everything else, that's him. So say hi. He's a very nice guy. Yeah, that is great. Okay, wonderful. Well, good.
Awesome.
You've got some people fired up on here. This is really wonderful. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it, Ashley.
Great. Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. All right, I'm going to go get Yvonne now. All right, we're moving to Yvonne. Oh, there we are. Yvonne, are you still muted? You got to unmute. Come on the show now. Come on the show. Oh, there it is.
There I am. Look, you can see I am doing what we do 5 days out. We are in the campaign office working. That's what we're doing. And actually, I think they're in the other room holding a meeting on how we're going to be organizing on Election Day.
Yeah. This is real. This is the office, right? I've been in there multiple times. This is real. This isn't something that she just built. She doesn't have actors in the back. They're really having a meeting in the middle of this thing right now.
Oh, yeah, they are. I've got them in the back. They had to move from this space into the back room because we're doing this. So they're back there hashing out with the GoToMeeting and a Zoom call with the rest of the club who's going to be where on Tuesday, starting at 6 o'clock till 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
So they're getting that all hammered out.
Yeah. Well, first of all, you tell all of them I say hi. We should have just busted into the meeting with like a camera or something, candid camera. But okay, all right, I know you. And I could talk to you forever. Yeah. This ain't about us, right? I mean, kind of. It's going to be. We're taking over the show right now. We got the last 20 minutes anyway. But, okay, I want you, for folks who don't know where you are, I mean, you're in Waynesville right now, but I want you to talk about, what you're running for. You've been very involved with the Democratic Party for a while now. Just let folks know what you're doing and what's up with Yvonne right now, because you're a candidate for House District 122.
122. It is Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Lakeway, in just little bitty pieces because we're very gerrymandered all the way around. I am running for state representative. I've been active in politics for about 20 years. And I was in my comfort zone. I was that person that was in the background doing the stuff. Cutting those van lists, walking the doors, crunching data. And I thought it was hard. I thought the stuff doers, and I worked hard, but I actually was under this ridiculous notion that it was just as hard as being a candidate. Or other candidates told me that, so they lied to me and tricked me into doing this.
That's definitely what they did.
No, I'll tell you. I live out here in rural Missouri, and it is always so difficult to get people to step up and run for office. It's too hard, it's too onerous, it can't be done. And ultimately, somebody has to do something. We need to make some differences. We need to have different conversations. So I did what I always did. I started trying to recruit candidates and talk to people. And finally, I realized that I was talking to myself, that if somebody had to do something, then I was somebody too. And this is my time to step up and change the conversation, change the way we do politics, and change the results of our politics. So we're out here doing grassroots, a lot of which I learned from my friend Elad. Thank you for the handwritten postcard idea. We did 5,000 of those.
Wow.
Yeah, we did 5,000 handwritten postcards. Yeah. I was telling you earlier, I've got mud up to my ankles from door knocking today. But it's what we do because it's important. And people have come to the notion that the system is so broken, we can't do anything. Yeah. And that is so fundamentally wrong. The system is so broken, we must do something. I realize that. So every vote, every candidate, we're doing it. We are people focusing this campaign. It's not about me. It's about all those people that feel like they need to be heard. And election day, we're going to roar. So that's what we do.
Yeah. Got some good people working in that district, and you can hear them in the background. And they, look, it is 7:15 on Thursday.
Yes.
So we ain't done, right? I mean, this is just you all, like, I hang out with you all a bit, and I've seen you all on the trail and everything else. I mean, there's fewer people out there who are working harder, and it's because you really believe in what's going on and what needs to happen. So,
the whole T-shirt, I'm for us, all of those people, they are all working T-shirts because they know it's about them. Yeah. It's about a stand they're making. It's about their taking control, so right. We're excited. Yep. We're excited. We're doing it.
That's good. That's really good. All right. Well, let's show folks how to be ballot ready in your area too. Let's do this thing.
Yes.
All right. Here we go.
We do this a lot.
Yeah.
Because we're such a transient area.
Uh-huh.
You won't believe how often we are on that site every day.
Yeah.
Doing polling place lookup and what's on the ballot for people.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, it's a really helpful tool. And now, with folks who've got phones or whatever else it is, I mean, it's something that you can, or if you're with somebody, you pull it up and you can show folks. It's a really easy tool, and that's the idea behind it. So, yeah. Okay. All right. So we've got, let's see, we've got an old chicken place, Abbey Glass. We've got Maryville. We've got the university, Northwest. We got all. Okay. What do we got? Yes. What are you bringing us today?
What do we have? Well, every small town in Missouri, the high school is the center of the town. It's where we all live. Go Tigers. Uh-huh. I mean, that is the core of our community. And Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, we all go to Waynesville High School. So it's one school district for the three communities.
Okay. All right. So let's see. We're going to click on What's My Ballot again. All right. Yeah. So here we go. I'm moving to Waynesville.
Yeah.
Here we go.
We can talk about that because that sounds like a good idea for me. It really does.
Yeah, I've had some offers,
Yeah, since you brought it up.
I gotta have a signing day or something, We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll talk to my wife about it. We'll see what she... Okay, what's the address? What we got?
It is 200 GW Lane.
Okay. First one that comes up. Number one.
That's it.
Number one on
Only
your list, number one on your hearts. It's 200
That's
GW
it.
Lane, Waynesville. All right, here we
That's
go.
it.
I'm setting my reminder again. All
Yes.
right, get started. All right, let's see who's running. It can't be. Is it really? It's Joe Biden again.
You know that Joe gets around.
He really does. You know, it's
does.
almost like he's everywhere. It's like he's on
Yes.
every ballot so far. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, and I'm sorry, number 3. I'm kind of in love with her. I am. I mean, we're a military community, and that Lindsay Simmons,
Mhm.
she gets us.
Lindsay Simmons running for Congress in the 4th Congressional District, one that used to be held by Ike Skelton, for those who are familiar, and she has been putting up a heck of a campaign.
Oh yeah,
I can't.
we love her.
I have a little secret I've been holding on to. I'm gonna break news right now. So we're
What's
doing
that?
a little event on Halloween. It's like
Uh-huh.
it's a very popular video game with the kids. It's called Among Us, and we're gonna have a bunch of candidates who are playing. And it's like, you know, you kind of figure there's like 2 murderers, and you're trying to figure out who they are. Kind of like if you played Mafia or Werewolf as a game.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's online, and folks have really been doing this. Oh, and the cat's gonna get involved in the game. This is gonna be great. We are so excited. But I'll break the news now. Lindsay Simmons will be in that game.
Ooh.
Yeah, don't tell anybody though. That was our little secret. All right. Hopefully nobody was watching. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're hey, look.
Yeah. And do you know what I love about that picture? Because that's me in motion. That's what I'm always doing. I talk with my hands, and I talk a lot.
Yeah.
I always have something to say.
She does. It's true.
Yes, I do.
It's good stuff though. So I always listen. Yeah, this is great. And you've got a no on Prop A here. That's a throwback. That's a throwback. Yeah.
Yes.
That was the push. Prop A was for right to work. This was to push back on right to work and the efforts that they were putting forth in our lovely state. So, all right, great. So we've got you on the ballot. That's good. You made it to the ballot. That's the first step. All right. You know what we got to do now, though?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we got to quiz you. All right, now it's time. You got to make a plan to vote. Have you voted already?
Yes, I have.
Everybody's voted already. Okay.
I'll tell you what, Elon, I have voted early every year for the last 20 years because I have I think it's actually a sickness. My fear
That is an excuse.
is that I will get like hit by a bus and be in a coma on election day. Wake up and discover that I have not cast a ballot. So actually in my medical letters and advice and authorization for my son, there is a specific note that if the plug needs to be pulled, that he's not allowed to do it till the 4th of November.
Wow.
To make sure that my vote counts.
Wow. That's
serious about
some serious commitment.
Oh,
super serious.
He's understood this for the last 20 years.
Wow.
Don't you dare invalidate my vote.
You know, you train the kids right. Train the kids right now.
Oh my.
All right, wait. So how did you vote?
I voted absentee in person.
In person?
Yes.
And
I
folks,
went in on my
birthday. You can still do that, folks, through November 2nd. You can still vote absentee in person. Check your local election. Some of them will actually have weekend hours, too. So make sure to check that. But you can still vote absentee by person right now. So.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What were you most excited to vote for?
Okay, this is kind of an odd one.
Okay.
I was most excited to vote no on Amendment 3.
Oh, you brought it up. Yes.
Oh, that just made me just cackle.
Yeah.
I'm sure they wanted to have me committed. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
Yes, absolutely no.
There should be an option. Absolutely no. That's what this one needs. Amendment 3 is bad. I talk about this thing all the time. Amendment 3 is bad. It's an effort to basically make it way easier to gerrymander the state, way easier than it was before. Take that clean Missouri stuff that we all just voted on and throw that out the window. And
Yeah.
I'm a big old no on that one. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, wait. So how did you feel about voting?
I mean, to me, it is my passion. It is the most important thing I do. It really is. I get to weigh in on my local community, my state, my country. I have a son and 3 grandchildren. I get to, I vote for their future. I mean, that is my girl. Yes. It's that bridge from my ancestors to my future. It is voting.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, it's a really good answer. I don't know which picture works for that.
Oh, you know what? I've just been eyeballing the alien with headphones. That kind of means to me. I'm thinking that's it. I mean, is there anything more future than that?
That's true. There you go. I was like, wow, let's stretch this. Let's get it there. Okay, I love it. Okay, I like it. I was wondering if that guy was going to make it onto this thing. All right, wait. What are your plans for watching the results? What are your plans?
I'll tell you what. I have a wonderful lady that has donated a space large enough that we can socially distance. And my team, like I told you, they are starting out at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I'm going to feed them.
I'm starting out at 5.
And I'm going to let them know. Yeah, you heard her.
Your team's disagreeing. They're getting up earlier than that.
I know. She's like, don't short me. Don't short me at all.
I'm getting that out.
Because I
It's,
at 5.
But no, I'm going to feed them, and we're going to come in, and we are going to celebrate.
Yeah.
I'm not knuckling this thing. We are going to celebrate everything that we have done and everything that we're going to be doing for the next 2 to 4 years. So,
Celebrating, huh?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Are you going to be celebrating with ice cream?
Well,
or apples, I guess fruit. These birds aren't really celebrating, so I don't know.
I was going to say fruit. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, let's go healthy. Look at that. You got the 2 people with little eyeballs on them. That's great.
Okay, we could do that. We could do that.
That's fun.
Yeah.
This is a great plan to vote.
Yes.
Look at this wonderful plan.
Absolutely. That's it.
That's a great plan. All right, Yvonne.
I'm going to start doing this with everybody that comes in here.
We'll get it. You know what? I'll just keep this room open, this virtual room open. We'll just put it in front of the computer, and we'll just make them their plans. Yeah, I'll just sit there with them and ask them all these questions. I'll go through with them.
My son, when he first went to college, he was in Minnesota, and he woke up one day and realized it was election day, and his wife had their car, and she was out of state. But he knew that if he didn't cast a ballot, that somehow I would know.
Uh-huh.
He called the local election authority, said 10 miles, strapped on his tennis shoes.
Wow.
And ran the 10 miles to the polls.
Wow.
See?
Good job, Mom.
Hey, it could be the vote or die t-shirts that I bought him a few years ago.
Yeah. That was an actual threat.
You remember those? It said vote or die.
Yeah.
Look, the fact that they took that as a threat is completely on them.
That's on them. Yeah, that's exactly. I'm a lawyer. That's interpretation. I'm with
That's
you.
it.
All right, Yvonne, let me give you the shot. Okay, here we go. We're at the end of the show. We got 4 minutes to go. We've got plans to vote. We've got a website for folks to go to, showmevotes.org. We've got candidates all over doing great work. You're one of them getting out there. You got your team. Your team's getting up earlier. We just got an extra hour out of them on this show. We just did that. We had that commitment right there. All right.
Yeah.
I don't even have to give you a prompt. Tell them, just lay it on Missouri right now. Let them know right now. Let them know.
Missouri,
Let them know.
November 3rd is your last day to vote. You have tomorrow. Some authorities, you have the weekend. You have Monday. We vote like our lives depend on it every single time because our lives do depend on it. Every moment, every mishap, every pain or dysfunction that you suffer day in or day out happened because somebody voted that way. So this year, you're going to take your future back into your own hands. And we're going to vote like our lives depend on it. And then we're going to make our lives depend on it. We run this show. We've got amazing candidates up and down the ballot. Let's get in there and let's make a difference.
Told you. You didn't need nothing from me.
Yeah.
That was good. Yvonne Reeves.
So let's talk about moving to Waynesville.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that will be the
Yeah, we
after
gotta
show.
do that. Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll have the show. Yvonne, thank you for coming on, taking the time to do it. Thank you to your team. Tell your team thank you. I'm saying thank you right now if they can't hear me. Tell them no. Yes, great, wonderful.
Thank
Yvonne,
you.
good luck. Thanks for doing this. And for everybody who's watching, thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Thank you for checking out showmevotes.org. And most importantly, thank you for voting. If you're not of age yet to vote, thank you for participating. Thank you for thinking about our state. And make sure whatever you do on November 3rd, vote for America. Do it. All right, folks. One last goodbye from the kitty cat. She just loves
Bye-bye,
the camera.
kitty.
All right, everybody. We'll see you later.
Okay.
Enjoy. Vote November 3rd or earlier.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.